What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Variant Podcast. I am joined, as usual, by my boy Aiden. Aiden, what's
Hello.
up?
How's it going, Pedro?
Doing good. Can't complain. Can't complain. Episode 15 on the pod. Episode 2 on the streams. You can catch us on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, Periscope Live. If you want to chat out or make a comment on the show, we'll put them out live if you're saying anything nice or mean. That's okay. We'll be talking about today, obviously, Son of Batman, the third, right?
Third.
The third movie in the DC animated universe. Get more about that shortly, so we're not going to spoil anything yet. But yeah, so if you have any questions on the show, if you have any comments that you want to add to the show, obviously just leave a comment in whatever platform you're using, and we'll go from there. Aiden, before I even start with Son of Batman, some big news happened this week.
Huge news.
Huge news for DC fans everywhere. DC pretty much just shut down San Diego Comic-Con, from what I got it, from what I understood.
What's Comic-Con, Pedro?
That's exactly what
I only know DC Fandome.
That's exactly what I understood when they announced this Fandome thing. I don't know. It just, to me, it felt like a shot in the face for San Diego Comic-Con. But DC's Comics announced a 24-hour virtual fan experience that is going to be, from what I've read and from what anybody here has read, going to be wild in every aspect of the term wild. So, we got a lot of things. We got according to DC Comics and the press release they sent out, it's going to be a global event that will immerse fans into the DC multiverse with new announcements from WB Games, films, TV, and comics, as well as unprecedented opportunities to hear from the cast and creators behind your favorite films and TV series. That's where it gets fun.
Oh, yeah.
Some of the movies and series they're talking about is Aquaman, the Batman, Batwoman. Is that even a movie, a show still? Black Adam, which I'm excited for. The Flash. Oh, that's a TV show. Harley Quinn, the Snyder Cut of Justice League. That's how they call it. I don't know why. Shazam, the Suicide Squad, and Wonder Woman 84. Those are some of the ones that they're talking about and I'm kind of excited. Right after that announcement, I believe it was James Gunn, or was it the Suicide Squad's official Twitter?
It was James Gunn.
So James Gunn releases a photo, right, of the poster, of the teaser poster.
A new logo, which looks awesome.
Yeah, it looks very comic book accurate for people like me that enjoy comic books.
Yeah.
So I was excited, but the best part of all is that Zack Snyder, the father of the DC cinematic universe,
extended universe, that's the proper term for it.
Listen, all right. The father of DC Comics movies, Zack Snyder, released like a 4, 5, or 10-second clip of the Snyder Cut, and it has people going crazy.
Why is that, Pedro?
Why? Crazy? Because it's Snyder, and anything he posts is gold. But no, what happened was it's a photo. It's a section of the movie that was cut. That is Wonder Woman learning about Darkseid, and then it cuts to the Darkseid photo video that we've been seeing for a while from Zack Snyder and all of them. So that was that's very exciting.
I'm very excited to see. Probably a trailer, more photos. It's gonna be great.
Well, I'm excited because it's like it's everything San Diego Comic-Con is, but just
better.
DC Comics.
Yeah, so a lot better.
Well, okay, now it's better because we like DC, or because I like DC, and you're acting like you like DC as much as I do. I love it, but if you're a Marvel fan, you're not happy.
Yeah, no more Marvel. Marvel's
dead. Marvel's
they are
gone
now
in every single.
This was the nail in the coffin. Marvel's
I don't know if you're being sarcastic, but I'm being 100% real right now, and I strongly believe that Marvel's gone.
Oh yeah.
They don't have any good movies coming out. They can't compete with Batman. They can't compete with Justice League Snyder Cut. They can't compete with Wonder Woman. They can't compete with Black Adam. They can't compete with what else is coming out? The
Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad. They can't. What do they have now?
You know, DC is gonna have 2 movies out this year before Marvel can release one.
Really? Which ones?
They'll have Birds of Prey and Wonder Woman 84 out before Black Widow comes out in November.
That's true. Well, yeah, you count Birds of Prey. I don't count Birds of Prey. That's just me though. I finally got Birds of Prey though.
I'm proud of you.
You'd be proud. It was on sale at Target.
Good job.
$15. That's as much as I'm going to pay for that movie. So that's all they got for me. That's all they're going to get.
Great $15. Well
was
spent.
it though? Was it a great $15 or was it an okay $15?
It's a great $15. Did you get the limited edition?
No, because that one wasn't on sale.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Why? I don't want those.
It's worth it. You need that collector's edition, Pedro.
For what? For what?
Just to have the greatest DC Extended Universe movie on Blu-ray.
You need to relax. You need to relax. Right now. Birds of Prey is not the greatest movie to come out of DC.
It's up there with Shazam.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's like down there with Suicide Squad.
That's where you're wrong. But
oh, I saw something on Twitter today, and I thought it was funny. I kind of want to share with you. Some dude, how I don't know if you follow Twitter trends, but they're having this trend now on Twitter. It's like a photo greater than another photo. Some dude had the audacity to write Green Lantern movie is greater than Shazam.
Oh man,
it was bad.
I feel bad for that guy.
I mean,
just a little bit.
The movie isn't bad. The Green Lantern movie is not a bad movie. I actually thoroughly enjoyed it. I was very upset that we weren't able to see Mysterio. Not Mysterio. Wow, Sinestro. Yeah, there you go. I'm messing up I'm missing all my movies. So, yeah, I mean, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't better than Shazam. It was better than Birds of Prey.
Is it though?
100%.
Was it though?
100% better. All right. If you're listening to it right now, if you're listening to the show right now, what's better, Birds of Prey or Green Lantern? If anybody's listening out there, probably somebody is. And if you're not, that's okay. I say Green Lantern. But anyways, that's the point. But no, so the DC Fandome is also going to do a lot of different things. They're going to have Kids Verse, something called the U-verse, which is where we go into it's all about the fans. And I think that's the coolest thing that DC is doing. They're making this about the fans. It's not about them making their movies. It's about the people who go out there with their money and pay to watch these movies and pay to read their comics and pay to buy their stupid stuff, like me. So I think that was really cool. They're gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different quote unquote islands of different things. So that's exciting. But it's a 24-hour event. Odds of me watching the 24 hours is extremely high.
I will probably cancel everything I have, get a lot of food.
It's extremely high that on August 22nd, I will be up for 24 hours watching every single piece of this thing. Because I was going to watch San Diego Comic-Con. I was very excited about it. It was the first time that it was going to be, it still is alive. It didn't die. But it's the first, San Diego Comic-Con is the first time in history they're going to have a live stream for free for you to watch. So I was super excited about that as is. But now with the announcement of Fandome, they're not going to put anything out there on Comic-Con, I don't think.
No.
A lot of people were waiting for the Snyder Cut's Justice League trailer. A lot of people were waiting for the Batman trailer, which I don't think you're going to get. I still don't think you're going to get the Batman trailer.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think it's not
a long ways off.
Exactly. So, but I was excited for Comic-Con because of that. But now when Fandome came in and just kind of destroyed it, and now you get the games. There's a lot of rumors about a new Batman game coming out that people are excited about. I don't play video games, so I wouldn't be the guy to talk about it. Aiden, I know you watch. I'll play
I'm
games more than
not
I do.
happy that they'd announce a new Batman game if it's connected to the Batman Arkham games. I'm not super thrilled about that
Yeah, I don't know. I just know that
because
they're gonna
Arkham
announce.
Knight ended it perfectly, and
I
now
think it's from what I read, it's gonna be a different thing.
okay, if it's different, great,
Yeah,
I'll
from what
play
I
it.
read. Again, I'm not in the gaming world, so I have no idea. I just look like I'm a gamer, but I am not. But yeah. So yeah, so that's the honestly, guys, the only news, big enough news out there right now. We're still all stuck at quarantining our lives, and we don't really have much else going on.
Pretty slow.
It's a pretty slow news day. I mean, all right, it's not that slow. Comic book writer Dennis O'Neil passed away this week.
Mm,
Uh, he's the GOAT of all time. He's the one that helped create Batman, bring back the Dark Knight that we all know and love. So it was sad to see him pass away. He did a lot of the good of the comics that are pretty big now, and so it's
yeah,
exciting. He create hmm, he was the driving force behind the rejuvenation of Batman. So that was sad that he passed away. Um, because
and
I
also,
literally
oh, sorry,
go
go ahead.
ahead, go ahead.
No, you were saying something. Mine was
Yeah,
a different
and I
topic.
I
Go
was
ahead.
also like reading like a comic by him a couple days before. I was like, wait, I just read a book by him. I was like, oh frick, that sucks. And so that was a thing. What else is going on?
So, not comic book related, but if you are a Lord of the Rings fan, Sir Ian Holm, who played Bilbo Baggins in Peter Jackson's original Lord of the Rings trilogy, passed away today at 88.
Oh, he did. I didn't know who
Yeah,
he was. He was Bilbo Baggins.
yeah,
Oh shoot, that's rough.
yeah,
Yeah,
quite
man, all the
sad.
all the good ones, man. All the good ones. But anyways, jumping on, we're gonna since again we don't have that many topics. We're just gonna jump right in to Son of Batman
Son of
because
Batman.
I liked the film and I honestly was going to. So the whole point behind this whole going through the series is because it was free content on DC Universe. Uh, we were paying for DC Universe, so we're like, hey, let's just watch these movies and review it. Come to know that since
They're not
HBO
on DC
Max came
Universe.
out, they're no longer on HBO on DC Universe.
How do you
So
spend $3 on a movie?
you spent $3. I spent 20 because I got the bundle.
Oh man,
Hey, but we're good people. We bought and rented. We could have easily gone on
we did,
YouTube and we
or
didn't.
anywhere else.
So DC,
We love you.
we got you. Like we paid for the movie. That's how dedicated we are to you guys. Don't forget that, DC. Not sponsored yet.
Not
Letting you know.
sponsored.
So let's jump right in. Aiden, thoughts on Son of Batman?
It was better than Justice League War. I think Flashpoint Paradox is still the best one so far. But Son of
Doesn't
Batman was good.
doesn't take much to be better than Justice League War.
No, it's very easy. But I liked it. Surprisingly violent.
Was it
Are you sure
though?
this movie was PG-13?
100%. I checked because I was watching the I bought the movie, so I said
Yeah. Yeah, it was just a lot more blood than I thought there was going to be from a PG-13 movie.
Really?
Yeah, it
I
was
didn't see that. I
very,
didn't see.
very
I
violent.
didn't see. I mean, there was a lot of. It wasn't violent to me. It was PG. It was not PG-13 for other reasons, but yeah, I get it. I guess I
I
see it.
mean, there's a scene in particular I'll talk about when we discuss the story more. But
Yeah, I think we're in the same wavelength, and if we are, I'm gonna skip that scene, but we can totally mention it briefly
uh,
because I was not about. But anyways, I personally love this movie. It's one of my top 4 favorite movies in the universe. Um, surprisingly enough, they're all related to Batman. However, I'm waiting to finish this to watch Justice League Dark, not Justice League Dark, Justice League Apocalypse War. So
yeah,
I'm honestly, I'm like saving myself to watch that film as we review it. So I'm not gonna watch it, and I know you already got it ruined for you. So don't come at
I
me
know.
and tell me about it.
I won't.
But I'm very I'm not gonna watch it because I want to have my real raw reactions once we do the review. So that'll be very exciting stuff. I enjoyed the film. I wasn't a fan of Damian Wayne for a very
I
long
didn't
time.
like him.
Hold up. I was never a fan of Damian Wayne, but watching it again makes me like him now.
Okay.
Because
I can see
Damian
that.
Wayne is literally Bruce Wayne, but a kid.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, oh, it's dope. I'll dig it. So I'm liking Damian Wayne now. He's not my favorite Robin yet. But he's climbing up in the Robin ladder, which is good. I wasn't really
Who
expecting
has he
him.
passed on your Robin ladder?
Kelly.
Okay. Okay. I don't know. I think I like Carrie more than Damien.
Do you
far.
really?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I haven't read a lot. I didn't like him as much in the films.
Yeah.
I like him in the comics. In the films, I've always always found him whiny. But after watching it again, and you get to the first couple of scenes, and you see that like you understand where he's coming from. You know, it's like the first scene. It's you see the League of Assassins, like compound, I guess you call it, and then it kind of felt like a Lion King moment when like Mufasa's like, Simba, everything the light touches will be yours.
Our kingdom.
Yeah,
Simba.
like Vader talking to Simba, and then on this one it was like Ra's al Ghul talking to Damien, like this is all gonna be yours eventually. And so his whole life pretty much was about crew having that, and then when he got that taken away from him, you know, he kind of revolted. He rebelled, and I get where I understand where he's coming from now. I guess I'm also older as I'm watching this film. The movie came out in 2014, so I probably watched it in 2015 because I went through I went through this phase of watching all of them, and then I didn't like him at all. But I don't mind him anymore. I actually kind of like him better than Kelly. No, Kelly, right? Carrie Kelly.
She's like the Jared Leto.
Okay.
We
You
haven't seen enough to judge.
Yes, you have. That's the problem. You just are following the movies, my dude. If you read the comics, she's in 4 comics. Like
The Dark Knight Returns or
Dark Knight
after
Returns, Dark Knight Strikes Back, Dark Knight 3, The Master Race, and
that's
then
right. I haven't read
Dark Knight Golden Child, which she's in, and it's very good. Very good.
Okay. Noted. I'll have to add that to my reading list.
Very let's just say this, Donald Trump is in the comic book.
Okay.
And he's controlled by somebody else.
Oh.
Which makes so much more sense. But
that sounds fun.
Oh, it's so good. Oh man.
Is it on DC Universe? Not sponsored.
No. It just came out.
Okay.
A couple months ago, so you gotta buy it. It's from Black Label, if that helps you at all.
Black Label. Yeah, that helps a little bit.
That helps a lot, yeah. So I enjoyed the film. It was a good introduction to Batman in
this universe is Batman.
This universe, yeah. Yes. I liked the way they introduced Jason O'Mara, I believe is how you pronounce his name, or is it O'Hara?
Jason O'Mara, I think.
O'Mara.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's O'Mara.
Jason he was O'Mara. On Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., where he was really good.
I don't know. He's not whatever. He's Batman to me, not Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So
yeah, I like him as Batman.
You do?
Batman's really good.
Tell me more, Aiden, please.
I mean, I haven't seen enough of him to like give every reason, because I've only seen him in 2 movies now.
Yeah.
But I like in Justice League, he was more joking around, kind of like he smiles a couple times. He's serious, but not super Christian Bale Batman, dark and serious. So I like that. And I liked his relationship with Damien, how he comes to realize, oh shoot, he's a mini version of me. Yeah. I liked that.
I like, you know what I also liked, what I really enjoyed was Alfred in this film.
I like this Alfred. Yeah.
And I liked how this Alfred, I liked how Bruce understands that Alfred isn't someone that works for him. And like in the first couple of scenes, when not first couple of scenes, like not halfway, a quarter of the way through the film, Damien comes to the Batcave because, well, I guess we should start there. So in the beginning of the film, they were training or whatever, and then Deathstroke comes out there with his league of his own assassins, right? His shadow ninjas or whatever they call them, and they did an all out assault on this compound by the League of Shadows, which ended up killing Ra's al Ghul, which I didn't really understand. And so we made Talia, which I haven't watched the films in a while, so I don't remember actually what happens, but I do know that in this film, it makes no sense that Talia does what she did. Like she didn't want to put her dad in the Lazarus pit.
Yeah.
So I didn't understand that part, because from reading any comics, you realize that if you put someone in the Lazarus pit, they come back to life. So that it makes sense. However, I do think it could also be the fact that if once you're dead and you put yourself in the Lazarus pit, you're going to have like repercussions, kind of like Arrow had that happen in Arrow and things like that.
We don't talk about that show, though.
Why not? It's a good show. What's wrong
Did
with
we
Arrow?
watch the same show?
Yes, I love Arrow. You got a problem with Arrow? Come at me, bro.
That'll be another episode.
Yeah, come at me.
I have
Don't talk
serious problems with Arrow.
Don't talk trash about Arrow. Sit down. Oh, you're already sitting down. All right, I got you. Chill, bro. Arrow's great. Anyways, moving on.
It was great.
So Deathstroke comes out and kills Ra's al Ghul, burns him, which is kind of the weirdest way to kill Ra's al Ghul. The like unkillable guy that's been alive for 400 years, you just burn him. Like whoever thought, like who would have thought of that?
Nobody except Slade Wilson.
Yeah, but it was interesting why he killed him, though, because he was part. You find out in the first couple of scenes that he was part of the League of Assassins before, which I love. That I didn't realize in he's not really part of the League of Assassins anywhere else, I believe. If I'm wrong, let me know.
It was different. I liked it.
Yeah, I like how he was part of the League of Assassins, and then Ra's al Ghul found Batman. And it's like, I want him to take over and not Deathstroke. So Deathstroke left, and Deathstroke had vengeance against Ra's al Ghul because of that and wanted to kill him. Makes sense, right? Yes.
Yeah. So he kills Ra's al Ghul. He loses his eye to Damian Wayne.
That was a really cool part.
I liked that. I didn't notice he had both of his eyes until it happened. And I'm like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I really like how they did that. That was really good. That was really good. But then
I believe it sets up more of a rivalry, which I think they explore later on in the animated universe.
I'm pretty sure they do. I haven't. No, they don't.
Judah's contract. Judah's contract is in this universe.
That's right.
But I haven't seen it. I haven't seen
it either. I mean, I have. I haven't watched it in continuity, so I don't know what's going on. It's the first time I'm watching in continuity. So he kills him, and he pokes his eye out, which is kind of funny. It made me laugh. And then because he reminded me of Wonder Woman in Justice League War when she just poked out Deathstroke, Darkseid's eye. I'm like, oh, okay, you're just doing the exact same thing again, but with a human this time. All right.
I was waiting for the Flash to be like, give me this crowbar and do it again.
Yeah, not with the Flash. Nah, dude, no way. So Deathstroke, the Damien and Deathstroke fight each other for like a hot minute. It was like, all right, it wasn't great. And then he leaves.
Yeah.
And Talia and Damien runs to the Lazarus pit. He sees his grandfather like right by the pit. He's gonna go put him in. Talia says, no, don't put him in, which made me question why. And then she says, we're going to Gotham City. And I was like, oh, that's right. Okay, let's go. And so they get to Gotham City. And before we get there,
Killer Croc has a tail now.
Killer Croc had a tail, which was great. I like how they introduced Killer Croc because it wasn't like because in the comics you read the comics you said
Yeah.
the first couple of panels of the comic it's not the way the movie started, it's actually with the
Oh,
Joker,
it's so different.
right, which we'll get to, but
Yeah.
so I like how they just added Killer Croc in there. Killer Croc was good. I didn't have a problem with Killer
Yeah.
Croc being there, especially since he was getting smarter, and so you kind of understand. Hey, wait, that's not Killer Croc because he's not that smart. So what's going on here? And then you start thinking why that is. So that was good. But then we get to the boat scene.
Oh yes, the
And
boat scene.
that boat scene was the most uncomfortable scene I have ever witnessed in my life
What made it
because
so awkward?
Talia confessed to doing something to Batman that is a big no-no. And I
Oh,
was
yeah.
like, what? And I go, wait, did I miss that the last 4 times I saw this film? Which I did because then I went to search it up because I didn't believe that was in this film. Hold on, before we go there, was that what you're thinking about too?
No,
Really?
no.
You're weird. Okay, but my thing was that, and I'm like, wait, she did do that no to Bruce, and so that was
Man.
my that was my thing.
Yeah.
That was my like, ooh, this is not the Jedi way, my guy.
No,
Like,
we'll get to my thing later on down the line.
yeah, I was just like, I don't know. And then it makes you think, why didn't Batman, the guy that has everything, has a plan for everything and knows
The
everything
world's
about?
greatest detective.
No. That's the thing. It got me thinking. I said, wait, well, how come Bruce Wayne, playboy billionaire that has anything he wants, and Batman, the same person, some would argue not, that is the smartest man alive, did not have a I can't say the word. Vasectomy. That's the word.
Yeah.
Like, how did he not think that? But then again, if
I
he did, we
don't
wouldn't
have an
have.
answer.
If
No,
he did, we wouldn't have Damian Wayne, which was
we
probably
wouldn't have had this good movie. But
that's true. So, what was your weird part, Aiden? If that wasn't it.
it was near the end. Aren't we going through the movie?
Oh,
Or
the end. Okay.
yeah,
I
it's
thought
at
it
the
was. I
end.
thought it was that part. Okay, so you didn't
No,
think that part was weird at all, Aiden, at all.
no.
That she drugged him and did no
I
things
mean,
to him
yeah,
and
that
had a
was
baby with
bad.
him.
That wasn't my
Aiden,
big no.
Aiden, that's a big no, bro.
I know it's a big no, but
She,
it
she,
wasn't
she.
my big no.
In the words of the kids nowadays, she roofied him, Aiden. She didn't. He didn't remember. He's just like, what happened? Come again? So that was awkward. But
That
anyways,
was awkward. Yeah,
moving
moving
on
on.
from that awkwardness. We find out that Slade takes a doctor hostage.
Kirk Langstrom,
We cut. We
Man Bat.
find. Yeah, we come out. We come later and find out it's Kirk Langstrom, aka the Man Bat. Which is funny in my notes. I go, Slade takes a doctor hostage. Who's this doctor? And I go, oh wait, Doctor Langstrom! Exclamation mark. Man Bat. What? That's literally, if you read my notes, that's what it says.
That would
One
explain a lot.
that did, and I was like, oh, that makes a lot of sense. And then the funniest part of the show, of the movie for me, was in the middle of it, I believe, when Damien is searching for that, like the gangster thug guy, because he's looking for
Boo
like
Boo, I
connect.
think his name was.
He's
Something
looking
like
for Boo Boo, but he found some other guy before him, trying to get to Boo Boo, I believe, and
yeah.
he's bringing like escorts home, and then like Damien's just chilling there. He comes out with his sword and goes, "Leave, harlots," and they just leave. I'm like, what a
That was a
thug.
good moment. Yeah.
I'm like, look at this little thug. Like, leave, harlots. And they just leave. I thought that was so I thought that great comedic relief for that. That was great. That was great. So he finds this guy and um he okay, we're jumping ahead, man.
Yeah,
So
we're jumping far ahead.
when Damien gets to the Batcave the first time, after we get to the awkward boat scene, Bruce brings Damien to the Batcave, and he still doesn't believe that Damien's his kid. So that's when we meet Alfred for the first time in this universe, I believe, or the first time we see a lot of Alfred.
Yeah.
And you see these interactions between Alfred and Damien. I'm like, that's so good. That's gold stuff. And then the coolest part for me of that part of the film is that in this universe, Bruce realizes that Alfred isn't just someone that works for him. Alfred's family, and he even says those words. He's like, he's not a servant; he's a friend. When Damien's like, where are your other servants? So I love that initial, and I love that initial like banter between Damien and Alfred. You know, Damien's like, oh, I need you to get me this, and that, and Alfred's like, let me just get you this. And then he's like, I know that you're being sarcastic. And goes, oh no, I'm too old to care. So I thought that Alfred Damien dynamic was pretty cool.
Yeah. Kind of reminded me of like a young Bruce Wayne Alfred kind of thing. Kind of like in Gotham, which
right.
I don't know if you've watched.
Yeah, watch Gotham. Come on.
Yeah.
It
kind of reminded me of Gotham.
And it's funny how the animators did this film, and that Damien literally looks like Bruce.
Yeah.
There's no way to deny that that's Bruce's kid. Like, he looks just like the hair, the facial expressions. He looks like a mini Bruce. And even Alfred says, yeah, he's a mini you. Like, how do you not think this is your kid? He's just like you. So I thought that was cool.
It was very cool.
What else do you think about that part of those parts of the film?
Basically everything you said. That's all I noticed. I still don't see why you were super bothered by the boat scene when there's
because she raped him, Aiden. Maybe that's why.
I mean, that's bad. That's bad.
Yeah, it is bad, Aiden.
It gets worse later on.
No, it doesn't get as explicit, Aiden.
It gets a little bit more.
I don't know, my dude. I don't know. Anyways, moving on. So Damien, they're trying to find. So then Batman tries to find this guy to connect the whole thing to Damien and Talia, because Batman, for some odd reason, still actually likes Talia, which red flag.
Felt weird.
Yeah. That's weird. But what she did wasn't.
That's weird.
Okay, no, you need to like calm down. All right, so and so he's trying to figure out what's going on, and so he's trying to do all these Batman stuff, and Damien finds something before him, and gets to the house and says, "Leave, harlots," and the harlots leave, and then he just starts pounding this guy and nearly kills him, but he's about to kill him. And who comes to save the day? None other than Batman. And by that, I mean Dick Grayson.
Dick Grayson.
Because to me, he's Batman. So he comes out, and that's the first time you see Nightwing in this.
That was awesome.
How cool was that?
Oh, it was great. But in the comics, I believe it was Tim.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, it was Tim.
I don't know. I can't remember if it was Tim. It probably was, because it probably was Tim.
Yeah. But Tim
wouldn't be Nightwing.
Nightwing wasn't in it.
Oh, so it was just another
There was some
Robin?
changes. Yeah.
Was it another Robin? I haven't read the comic.
Another Robin, yeah.
So it was a Red Robin.
Correctly, yeah.
Okay, so it was Red Robin. It wasn't Robin. It was Red Robin.
Trying to remember. I think it was just Robin.
It is. If it's Tim Drake, it's Red Robin.
Okay.
So Nightwing comes out, and they get in a fight. And then he calls Bruce and is like, "Hey, you left something?" He's like, "No." He says he's your son, and then he comes and picks him up. Okay, so you're going to keep talking. Okay, I just wasn't sure if you wanted to talk. I'm just talking the whole time. I wasn't sure if you wanted to talk, Aiden. All right, so I think another cool part. I think every part of this film is cool because it's the introduction of Batman into this universe, as like I was talking about, and it gets to a scene in the cave once the Damien comes back with Nightwing and Batman, and they're all in the cave together. And Batman, it's pretty much going through the ethos of what Batman is to Damien. It's like, you do the right thing because it's the right thing to do. You don't fight crime by becoming a criminal. So it's pretty much the basic things that you know as a fan of Batman that he does, and that's what motivates him and keeps him sane. He's giving that to Damien, and it's a really neat part of the film because you see Damien. Because, like I said at the beginning, you understand Damien's hurt and and like you understand why he's upset and why he wants to get better, and he sees. Once his grandfather passes away, he clings on to Bruce because that's his father, and he clings on to Bruce, and now whatever Bruce says, he does, even if he doesn't agree with it, he does. And I think in one of the lines of the film, he also taught Bruce also says like, just follow orders like a soldier, and he goes, I can do that. And that's when he takes on the Robin costume.
Yeah. Back a little bit to the Batcave. I liked right after Dick Grayson took him back,
Mm-hmm.
and he's like looking at his Robin suit.
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of cool, but that was just me.
No,
Just a little side thing, yeah.
Well, yeah, it was cool. And I thought that was before. I thought that was going to be. I thought that wasn't his costume. I thought that was
Could have been Tim's
Jason
or
Todd's
yeah.
suit, because usually Batman puts Jason Todd's suit as like a statue museum kind of thing to remember him. So yeah, that was cool. I always like seeing all the bat suits that he has.
Yeah.
So
Kind of felt like a little bit of a passing the mantle on, to me at least.
Well, I mean,
Huh.
I don't think yet. I think
it was foreshadowing.
Yes, I think
Definite
at that time of of that scene, I don't think that was their plan. Their plan was probably just to because Damian knows information that is important to Batman and Nightwing.
Yeah.
And so, we find out that Dr. Langstrom gets kidnapped by Deathstroke, because Deathstroke, after he kills Ra's al Ghul, he believes that he takes over the League of Assassins. And so we find out that Dr. Langstrom was working with Ra's al Ghul to create something that we don't know what it is yet. And we're like, okay, what's going on? This is weird. And so he takes his family and pretty much kidnaps his family. And we don't know what's going on yet with the family. But we do find out, that Batman gets to somehow, remind me if I'm wrong, somehow he gets to the Coliseum.
Yes, he goes to the Coliseum.
Yeah, but somehow, I don't remember how he found out to get to the Coliseum, but he gets to the Coliseum, and that's where he finds Langstrom. And that's, to me, is when he realized, oh shoot, like Damian sucks. Like, to me at that point, I just wanted him to just go back home and just sit there. Because he doesn't follow orders like you were supposed to, because Bruce said, hey, if you're going to come out with me, you're going to just stay on patrol. You're just going to be behind me, follow my orders, period. But he doesn't follow orders when it comes to this Coliseum part. He just wants to attack, and he wants vengeance, and he causes problems. He causes them to get caught.
A whole lot of problems.
Yeah, I mean, if it wasn't for him going crazy, they would never have gotten caught, and probably a lot of things would have been saved.
No.
But that's when you find out that what Dr. Langstrom's working on is actually something like a mixture of the Man-Bat formula with other things.
Yeah, that was kind of felt out of place, having just Man-Bats in a Batman and Robin versus Deathstroke story. Those didn't really make sense to me, but that's just me.
Yeah, it was just, you see Man-Bats, and you now you understand why they were there. It's like, okay, so Dr. Langstrom is creating a Man-Bat formula, and so, all right, cool, we got this Man-Bat formula going on, but you don't know what the point of it is yet, right? And so we see all them, and then we see Batman and Robin leaving, and et cetera, but then fast forward a little bit, because I'm not going to go through the entire film. Langstrom explains to Batman that his daughter, he saw his daughter once, and his daughter mentioned something about mountains, and Damien knew exactly where he was going, so that's where Damien went, and that's where they went. Apparently, this is where you think was the odd part of the scene, because Batman opens up a door and then closes the door right before Damien comes in, right? Is that the one you're talking about?
No,
I can't.
Still not.
I can't win with you. But yeah, so Talia tries to take over, regain the League of Shadows back from Deathstroke. She does this underground attack sort of thing.
Yeah.
And loses. She gets caught by Deathstroke. So, and then that's when Batman gets in there and finds the daughters and the daughter and the mom
Who were kidnapped. We didn't talk about that, but
yeah, did. That's why they were kidnapped.
oh, we did.
Way to pay attention to what I'm talking about, Aiden. So they got kidnapped. Obviously, they got saved. But then the girl goes talk to Robin and gives him like, "Hey, Deathstroke told me to give this to you." So he got it. And there's a thing about his mom, and because it goes back to the whole battle between Deathstroke and Robin. I guess to me, you know how in the Teen Titans TV show it was Dick Grayson and Deathstroke.
Yeah.
In the animated universe is Damian Wayne and Deathstroke, but it's still a Robin versus Deathstroke, and so
I like that team keeping up with that. That's cool.
Yeah, it's a different Robin, but it's still Robin, so that makes more sense. But yeah, so he finds his mom in this random place. Why don't you take on from here, Aiden? Because I'm just talking the whole time.
So Damian Wayne goes. A huge epic fight scene between Deathstroke and Damian takes place. Here's the part that
where were
bothered
they?
me.
They were in an oil rig.
They were
right?
Underground oil rig.
No, oil rig. Yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah. And so they're fighting, and it's really cool. But what bothered me, Pedro, here's the scene. Deathstroke breaks Damian's arm.
Yeah, I know, I saw that. That's what bothered you, not the rape?
Not only that, pins him against the wall with his arms like this, stabs it through.
The listeners can't see what you're doing, but yes, Deathstroke stabs through.
He's pinned to the wall by swords, and Robin has to like push his arms through.
Yeah, that's what bothered you.
That was very violent, Pedro.
Okay,
I don't think that's very PG-13.
That's what bothered you. I just want to make sure that we got that right. Okay, yeah, it was weird. I do like the fight scene because of different reasons, bro. Because the fight scene is when Damian becomes Robin.
Yeah.
You know, he had the chance.
In the end, yeah.
He had the chance to kill Deathstroke, and Deathstroke said, "Hey, kill me. This is what you're supposed to do." And he goes, "This is what your grandfather would do." And then he says, I'm my father's son as well."
I really liked that.
And then he puts down the sword, and then just leaves, or whatever he does. I don't remember exactly what he does. But that to me is when he becomes Robin. He becomes Robin when he realizes that it's not about him. It's not about vengeance. It's not about getting revenge. It's about doing the right thing, which goes back to the ethos of Batman. Do the right thing because it's the right thing to do, not because you're going to get something out of it, not because you're going to earn respect. It's because it's the right thing to do. And so he didn't kill him, at least at this point.
No. It was a good way to bring it all to an end, and then Batman and Robin get up.
And that's when to me, when they get to the end of the film, when Talia and Bruce are talking before Robin comes back or Damian comes back, she's like, "All right, I'm gonna take Damian back," and Bruce is like, "He's Robin now. He stays with the Batman." And she's like, "Okay, whatever." And then she starts talking, and they start talking, and Damian starts talking, and then they just kind of like, "All right, I'm gonna stay with Dad," and so he stays with Batman, and she's like, "Learn from him because you need to learn from him." But to me, I still think she wanted him to stay for a reason. There's a reason why I believe she wanted to stay.
There's probably an underlying reason, yeah.
There's a reason why Talia didn't want to save her dad, and there's a reason why Talia left Damian with Bruce. I think I know why, because I've watched these films before. I don't want to ruin it because we're just watching the films, quote unquote, for the first time. So up to this point, you're just going like, why did you want to leave him there? That doesn't make sense. But that's when the movie ends, pretty much. Aiden, which for you was your favorite character of the film?
Probably Batman.
Why?
I mentioned why I liked this Batman earlier, and he knows not to let his son drive, even if he knows how.
That's true. That's true. I like Damian.
The underlying lesson.
I like Damian. Damian was probably my favorite part of this film. He, like I said, he embodies everything that Batman is, and he learns on the spot. He becomes the Robin. Throughout you see him grow throughout the film. The character development by Damian is stupid good.
It's really good.
There's no
writing was really good.
Yeah, the writing for this movie was great. It didn't stick to the source material as much as we thought it would, but it still landed very well.
No.
Out of the 5 stars that we're giving out these films, I'm giving this thing a 4 because to me it was that good. Not a 5, but it was a 4. Damien was so good in this film. It started making me become more of a Damien fan. I've never been a Damien fan before. To me, it's always been the OG Dick Grayson. But seeing this Damien and understanding his pain a little bit and seeing him grow as a character in only an hour and 14 minutes is crazy.
Great.
And then to think about how many more films you're going to have with this guy, it just gives me more excitement for the future films. I didn't like how they portrayed Talia.
I didn't either. I didn't care for Talia in this movie.
Talia was a sexualized object in this film. Talia al Ghul is not technically a sexualized person. She's actually a awesome boss. And so
totally
to use her in that way was weird to me. I didn't understand I don't understand where they were going with it.
Well, I mean, you don't have Wonder Woman in this movie, so you got to have another woman object, Pedro.
Yeah, but Talia wouldn't be I don't think they should just use a random harlot like Damon said for that. You know, Talia is a good character. She's to me, Talia is Batman but a girl form. She still has her dad with her, yes, but she's stuck between this struggle between doing what her dad says, following in his footsteps to become the leader of the League of Assassins, and then she also wants to do good. And you see that a lot in the animated shows where Talia wants to do good and she's like almost there, and then she goes back on her word, and you're like, oh, Talia, no. And so you see a lot more of her in that way. But in this film, all you saw was like over sexualization of her, just how like she's insinuated that she like did a no to Bruce. I'm like, that's not cool. So I wasn't a fan of her. So she was probably my least favorite character of this film.
I don't blame you. So you said your rating was a 4?
Yeah.
I'm going to have to give it a 3.8.
3.8. Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
What makes you say that?
The character development was really good. I liked most of the characters. Deathstroke was a good villain. Again, don't really know why the man-bats were there. Because if you're trying to take over the League of Assassins and you already have like legitimate assassins, why would you need man-bats?
Because he explains that because the man-bat because Dr. Langstrom was mutating the formula to not only become man-bats but to become ninja assassins. So it would be flying bats that were men that were ninjas.
Sounds like an awful Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle ripoff.
Well, it sounds like death, dude. Can you imagine
Flying
a man-bat
Batman?
ninja? A man-bat ninja?
That's fair. I don't know.
I don't think there's much to it. I don't think there's much to it. It's just that. I think it wasn't that much of a big deal. I think to me, I usually get stuck on the little things, and this wasn't one of the things I got stuck on. It was just a way to get through the plot. They were giving a way for us.
Yeah, and I see that, but it was one of those little things that bothered me.
Yeah,
but
no, for sure.
Not bad, not great. The movie was great. I'm talking about the man-bats.
Yeah, the movie was
3.8.
The movie was really
would
good.
watch again.
Oh, I can watch it now. I bought them.
Put them on DC Universe, DC.
Oh, it's on HBO. I believe it's on HBO Max.
Again, put it on DC Universe, DC.
HBO Max got the Snyder Cut coming, so I'm okay with that. But yeah, so overall, good film.
Good film.
Better than Justice League War.
Mm-hmm.
Not as good as Flashpoint. I think it gets like it's right now of the top of the 3 right now. It's Flashpoint, Son of Batman, Justice League War. Yeah, that's what I thought. The next episode doesn't be cool because we'll be talking Justice League Throne of Atlantis.
That's right.
And so apparently you said that is a good reason. Like that's a good reason why they put Aquaman not in the film or whatever. But
yeah.
So we'll see if that actually holds up. I don't know if it holds up. So that's exciting. Yeah, in a short and sweet episode, we kind of go through Son of Batman. There wasn't a lot of news to talk about today. But yeah, solid 4 for me, 3.8 for Aiden. So I don't know how to do math. Aiden, you know how to do math?
No, I would probably be, I don't know, we could say 3.9, maybe?
An average of a 3.9 variant podcast score of Son of Batman. 3.9. For sure, yeah. And then yeah, I enjoyed the film. I'm excited to keep going with this new format that we got going. We have a
I've
couple
been
of
enjoying
listeners.
this, yeah.
Yeah, I got a couple of listeners right now live, which is exciting, and then a lot of people that listen to the podcast later on. The podcast is still going to be the same thing. So if you're watching it live, you don't need to listen to the podcast. But if you're listening to this on the podcast, sometimes we will have comments and things from fans that are listening. And so we'll be talking more about that. So if you're interested in watching it live, just jump on our Variant Podcast Facebook page, YouTube page, or our Twitter. It's there. But yeah. Aiden, any final thoughts on the film?
Never let your son drive, even if he knows how. That's all I have to say.
That's true. All right, guys. We have a special treat for next week. We're not going to announce it right now because I want to make it a big deal. So I'm not going to announce it right now. All I'm going to say is that we have the first ever special guest coming on the show to talk about a book that he wrote, which is exciting. I'm not going to. So we're not going to talk about Justice League, Throne of Atlantis next week. Next week is going to be a special show. You're not going to want to miss it. We're going to release more information on that this weekend, and we're very excited for it. So make sure you follow us on social media on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube now, even because we are on YouTube now. What's up? We're on YouTube. Follow us on YouTube. Click. Again, if you love the show and you enjoy what we're doing, again, this is a labor of love. We don't get paid to do this, even though we joke about being sponsored by DC Universe.
Which we aren't.
We're not, clearly. But if you want to support the show, you can more than welcome to do that by going to patreon.com/variantpodcast. You can have a bunch of different options to support the show that way. Something as simple as $2 a month goes a long way. And for all the information on latest episodes and latest news, latest lists, you can always go to our website, variantpodcast.com. If you are listening to this live, great. If you're not, we're also on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all of the major podcast tools that you can think of. We're on there. If you don't like Spotify or Apple Podcasts, we're in something else. Don't worry. So it'll be good.
We're everywhere. Can't get rid of us. Can't avoid us.
We are everywhere, and you cannot avoid us. But yeah, guys. So thank you again so much for coming up, for listening into the show. We love and appreciate all your support. All the nice notes we get are very helpful. If you have any problems with what we said, shoot us a DM. We'll reply. If you have any thoughts, shoot us a DM. If you're listening to the show and you want some stickers, we still got some of the stickers left. So just shoot us a DM as always. Say, hey, watching the show.
You'll want a sticker. Trust me.
Yeah, you want a sticker.
Get a sticker.
Exactly. So then just send us a message, and we'll send you a sticker out your way. Then you can support the show. The sticker looks like this.
Very nice looking sticker.
Very nice looking sticker. Look at that. You can put it in your Tumblr, on your car, wherever you want to put it, your iPhone, whatever you want. So that's what it looks like. If you're listening to the show, you didn't see what it looks like, that's okay. Go to our website. It's all there. But all right, guys. So we're almost hitting the hour mark, so that's nice. Aiden, thanks so much for joining me again, as usual.
Thanks for having me.
Always, my dude. Always. And yeah, so we will see you guys next week. Bye-bye now.
Farewell.